I go to you.
Hmm.
I'm in a situation where you present a deal to me,
Hmm.
and in the here and now, especially if I'm young, that sounds like a great deal, and I don't necessarily know what I'm getting myself into as a youngster.
Hmm.
You know, because your platform targets young people.
Hmm.
Yeah, so
Hmm.
your target specifically is going for young people and fresh talent and trying to draw them into what you've built. You built that on the premise that it's about them. If
Hmm.
you sign them into some sort of management deal or whatever that looks like, whatever that contract looks like, and you basically buy their likeness
Hmm.
without then they don't even
That's
know their
crazy.
likeness has been bought, as far as I know.
Mhm. Yeah.
And now when they
Yeah.
want to move forward, you're saying to them, you can't move forward unless you buy your likeness off me.
Yeah. It's modern day slavery. That's modern day slavery. Like, just to kind of go into a bit of detail. So we're talking about Ivorian, the artist,
Mm.
a gentleman who I think he used to own a radio station. He he signed her, then he kind of copyrighted her name and all that sort of stuff. And that's modern day slavery. Do you get what I mean? And I feel that like the music business itself, the business spoils music. Do you get what I mean? Like,
Mm.
why would you want to hold, even though that has been a pattern of the music industry since kind of the development, that the record company owns the artist and they own everything the artist does. But why would you want to do that? Like, don't you see that as slavery? That's like, because they have to look at it, would they like it being done to them?
Come on, man. You know
Do you get
already
what I
what the
mean?
answer is to that. It's skullduggery, man.
Yeah.
Like,
Yeah.
let's think about it for what it is. Like, so you're on one side where you already have a leg up in life because your family dynamic is you are coming from wealth. Before you've even
Hmm.
started this whole thing,
Right.
where you've embedded yourself into a culture,
Hmm.
yeah,
Hmm.
have you already have something,
Hmm.
and you're
Hmm.
connecting with people that don't necessarily have much or anything,
Hmm.
but they're God-given talent. Yeah, they step to you with their talent. They make your thing pop with their talent, and then you don't even give, like, imagine that, like, you've got a leg up in life to the point where when you're dead, if you've had children, your kids are taken care of and their kids are
Hmm.
taken care of. It's that sort of
Hmm.
situation. Yeah. The
Indeed.
other person may not have even had the chance to think about legacy. You
But
say that you're
that,
out to help
Hmm.
people, yet here is a situation where you could have, hell, let the person in on the fact that, right, you know what? I think we need to purchase your likeness. Let them know that that's the intent.
Hmm.
Talk to them about it. See where they're at with it. If they're not looking to move on it, then of course you move on it. You've given them access to that. You've told them to be a part of that. Hell, you may even encourage them to do that for themselves. Do you get what I mean? But I don't think that
I,
record labels do that if they can get away with it.
yeah, nah. Unfortunately, business is to make as much money off the person. Like, that's why they call it masters, contracts, and it's there's certain terminology and wording that you got to kind of look at when you're looking at a business.
Mm,
And I feel that some artists, I would say at least 90% of artists, when they start off, they don't get a lawyer, they don't speak to some sort of legal person, and unfortunately, they get themselves in this predicament. And it's not their fault. It really isn't their fault. Like, when you are a musician and you love music, you just want to produce music and you just want people to
facts.
hear your stuff. You don't really want to get into all of the, oh, I need to know my rights and I need to know all of this. If someone appears that they've got the establishment, the record station or the radio station, whatever it may be,
Mm,
and then you will sign. Anyone. I mean, why wouldn't you? You want people to hear your stuff, and that's what real musicians want. They just want people to hear their music.
yep.
I think that even the business side is not even as important. Obviously, money's gonna come, but when it's like, oh, I just want people to hear my stuff, and the more people that hear my stuff, the more successful you're gonna become anyway.
Mm,
But then there's people in the business that know the business and just want to manipulate. And I always say that wealth is not about anything more than the knowledge that someone else has. Creating wealth is nothing more. Yeah, creating wealth. There's nothing,
But
you know.
for me though, I know exactly what station this is because I actually had a show on this station. I won't name it, but at the end of the day, I feel like with the whole situation as it is, my problem is there's a naivety in there that I didn't like. If you go through the tweets, I was going through the whole list of all the tweets from people responding back to her as well. There's a part where she said that she heard bad things about them and didn't really trust it, and heard like rumors and thought, okay, maybe I shouldn't do this, but she went ahead and did it anyway, and she still signed with them. And I understand where you're coming from, where it's like, need to get your music out and that person's promising to get your music out, so you want everyone to hear it. But I always feel you got to trust your instincts as a person, even if it's not music, any form of business, you got to trust your instinct. And when you can say off the bat that you didn't really feel too strongly about that person, but you still went there anyway, that's like a 50-50 thing where it could go wrong or it could go right. And in this instance, it went wrong. But you've heard it could go wrong because it's been wrong for other people. So I feel bad, but at the same time, I don't. Now, if you went in there blindsided, had no idea about or any idea about this person's characteristics as a person, and you were completely blindsided, and cool, that's really bad. But for me, I feel like when you get an inclination of someone's intentions as a person, maybe you shouldn't go there because then you will get burnt. And unfortunately, she got burnt. So